Welcome back. A historic moment in the House this past week. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announcing she will step down from leadership. The first woman to be Speaker, Pelosi has led House Democrats for 2 decades. Former Republican House Speaker Paul Ryan from Janesville tweeting, "I tip my cap as I welcome Speaker Pelosi to the former Speakers Club and congratulate her on a historic career in the House." All this as big change is now coming to Congress. Republicans officially taking the House majority after the midterms, and the bipartisan legislation to codify same-sex marriage into federal law now poised to be on the president's desk by the end of the year. That effort being led by Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin. Democratic Congressman Mark Pocan joins us now from Washington. Congressman, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
A busy week in Washington. Let's start with Speaker Pelosi's address. She's pointing to a new generation of Democrats, she said, to lead the caucus. Steny Hoyer, the number 2, also stepping down, endorsing Congressman Hakeem Jeffries. Is that who you would like to see lead Democrats in the House?
Yeah, I came into Congress with Hakeem, and he and I often were on the floor doing special order hour for the Progressive Caucus. I used to run that, and he would join me quite often. He's a good friend. He's a very talented member of Congress, and he's a real consensus builder, and I think he's going to be a great leader for the Democrats going forward.
What do you see your role as in the new Congress?
Well, I serve on appropriations, and that's always a committee that keeps you busy no matter if you're the minority or majority. So that's one of the lead items. But I'm also be the incoming lead of the Equality Caucus, making sure that we're protecting all Americans, LGBTQ, across the country. And also I serve as the chair of the Labor Caucus, and I'll continue that work as well.
Let's talk about the Respect for Marriage Act, now expected to pass the Senate after the Thanksgiving break. It does have to come back to the House just because of some changes in the Senate. Any concerns or any indication that that won't clearly pass the House quickly?
We're actually going to have more Republicans vote with us. I talked to a few of the Republicans who voted against it the first time, and let's just say I shamed them a little bit, on why they would not vote to support marriage as it is under current law in the United States. And I think they kind of realized that, enough Kool-Aid may have been drinking on that side. And on this issue, it's time to, recognize reality. So I'm guessing you'll have at least 20 additional Republicans joining us in that vote when it comes to the House.
On the Senate side, Senator Baldwin spent a lot of time behind closed doors ensuring there were the 10-plus Republicans needed to advance this and then vote for it. Take me behind the scenes. How much work did she put into this?
Oh, a tremendous amount. And, what's so important to know about, Tammy and often people from Wisconsin, we're not the first people to gravitate to a camera. We find air and water sufficient to live on. Many people in Washington need to talk to a TV camera on a regular basis. Tammy does her work always behind the scenes. She's incredibly effective, always one of the most informed people. And, she knew that if they did this before the election, she could be a few shy. She would have a bigger vote and therefore a better vote if she did it after the election. And everything she said has come true.
Senator Johnson this past week voted against advancing the bill in the Senate. He argued that the issue over same-sex marriage is settled and has been settled. He called this an attempt by Democrats to create a state of fear.
Well, he was for it, and then he was against it, and then he was kind of for it, and then he was kind of against it, and then he was for it, and I think then he was against it, and I'm not sure how many more times that happened, but eventually he voted where his conscience was, which is in the wrong place. Let's put it this way. He should talk to all the Republicans that are going to vote for this and ask them why they're being tools for the Democrats, or is it just that people support marriage the way it is in the United States, and we don't need to play politics with it, which is exactly what Ron Johnson would just love to do.
Republicans now poised to take control of the House in January. They're in the midst of their own leadership deliberations. Some Republicans are already talking about new investigations in the House, impeachments. In a divided government, what does the new Congress look like come January?
Well, it looks like it's going to be about as divided as it was for the Democrats, with a handful of extra votes, and that's it. And it might be the same way. And, our caucus, I would argue, probably is not as, maybe the right word is diverse, but maybe the real word is extreme as their caucus is. So, you've got the Marjorie Taylor Greenes and the Matt Gaetzes and some folks who really are on the very outliers of normalcy, I guess I would say. But if you only have a few votes, a handful of extra votes, that impacts every single vote. So, hopefully they're consulting with Paul Ryan and John Boehner, because they had bigger margins, but some of the same difficulties. It's not going to be easy moving forward, but That doesn't mean we're not going to still try to get things done. The president is still in charge. We still have a Democratic Senate, maybe with even an extra vote. And we're going to continue to try to get things done that we've been trying to get done for the last several years.
Derek Van Orden, the new Republican in the 3rd Congressional District, was a key race to give Republicans control of the House. Yesterday, he tweeted, "Promises made, promises kept," standing next to a Fire Pelosi sign just shortly after her address. Curious, have you spoken with him yet since he won or has been on Capitol Hill?
No, I'm guessing he's going to seek out conservative radio and conservative media outlets and try to be our own version of Marjorie Taylor Greene, because that's kind of how he ran the race. I'm just hoping that he'll realize that we have a medium-sized delegation. We work together well across the aisles because we have to return things to Wisconsin. And being a national conservative celebrity as opposed to being an effective member of Congress, like we just saw Tammy do in the Senate, is really the way to go.
Congressman Mark Pocan coming off a busy week in Washington, headed into the Thanksgiving break. Thanks so much for your time.
Of course. Thank you.
Up next, closed-door drama inside the state capitol. The new Inside you'll hear only here next.